Hey everybody. Today's video we're going to go over how to organize yourself for your clients' files and all the things in Google Drive. If you have a Genovations Realty email address, that means you have a pretty awesome Google Drive that you can use and just store all your files for free because it's on us. All right, here we go. So I'm already in my Google Drive. As you can see, this Google Drive is for real estate. This is everything that I do under Serenity Now Homes. So Serenity Now Homes is my S Corp that I use for my personal real estate. Obviously I have a whole different one for Genovations Realty, but this is what I use. Now, there's a couple ways you can get to Google Drive. You can search drive.google.com, and then if you're already signed in, it'll just pull it up. If you're not signed in, it'll just have you sign in. You sign in just like you're signing into your Google account. That simple. All of this will pop up. So let's start off with the easy stuff up here on the top left-hand corner. You can click New, and you'll find New Folder. So if I wanted to create a new folder, I could click that. If I wanted to upload a file from my computer, I click that and then search through my files on my computer, and I can do file upload. You can also create new docs and all that. My suggestion is before you create a new doc, you get into the file that you want it to be. Same thing with sheets, slides, forms, all that stuff. All right, so now organization. At the top, you'll see something I use often. It's where I keep all my receipts, and you can see that it's organized per year. And so I'm ready for tax season every single year. I go back here. These are all training docs, things like that. But here's my 2 to 3 most important files, in my opinion, are going to be who you're working with. So if I'm working with a listing or a seller, they will go under active listings. So if I go under here, current one I have open right now is this one. So if you were to look in here, I have different folders within my folder. So this would be where my media is kept, so different types of pictures and images. This right here was the first offer we received. This is the second offer we received. Third offer. I keep them all separate so you can decipher what you're working with and who you're working with. Listing documents. This is obviously, if you've worked with us for any amount of time, you know that Genovations Realty has a mandate of the things that you need to have in your Genovations transaction desk to get it listed. So this is that and more. So there are these top 2 would be things that I have on MLS. So it is an HOA, so it'd have bylaws, listing amendment. Listing amendment would be just an amendment to the listing agreement, all those things. So anything that you need to get the listing ready, I put it under there. You don't have to do it that way. I just like to know where the things are. Some other things you'll find in here are just random marketing things I've been doing as I go through the transaction. That's my listings. So if we go back up all the way out, now we got buyers. So if you go in here, just all the different buyers that I am working with, and if you go in, you'd have the same type of experience. That each and every one of these folders has a buyer, the buyer by their last name. Sometimes if it's a more common name, I'll put the first name of the whoever is involved in the transaction. So the next folder I really suggest having is, I call it contract docs. I don't know if it's the best name for it. You can be more creative than me, but what I have in here are documents that I use often, or even like verbiage. So if you go into our resources on joingenovationsrealty.com, you'll find this one. It's a document called contract language. I love this one. I use it every time I put a listing in, every time I write an offer. It just has all the information. So mostly for your purchase and sale agreement, because there's so many things that you're going to fill in. You know, I have the title language, my title companies I use, and you can, you know, obviously recreate this and put your own data in there if you use somebody different. But different things that I use constantly are in here, all the way up to MLS wording that I don't want to mess with. I just put it in there. That's one of the main things in this folder that I use all the time. But then for listings, if you go into listing docs, you'll see I have the stuff I use for open houses. I have my listing brochure if I want to print it off, the listing packet, so all the things that go in a packet, and different, and even some of the past photos that I'll use for marketing. Yeah, and then buyer doc, same thing. It's all the different things that I'd use to have initial consultation with the buyer. And really, other than that, I just figure out how you need it to be. Like financials, that would be where I put my P&Ls, things like that, and whatnot. But this is critical that you don't just store your documents in a random file. You'll lose them, you won't be able to find them, and if you just organize yourself today before you get too busy, you'll always be organized. Tip of the day, always be organized. Alright guys, take care. That was a good talk.